So today we are in the knowledge age where the major thing is that contribution is from the young population. We have got 800 million below 35 years. So if you can give the required skill to those people, India will be the best country in the world, because many other countries the population itself is much less than the young people what we have. So that's an opportunity we are having which we must of course use it. So that's it. So what is needed for us is the societal progress. So technological excellence drives economic prosperity and societal transition. So we talk about science, application and all, these are golden days. Now we talk about technology. Technology needs leapfrog innovations. Unless otherwise innovations are there, we are not going to be on the edge of the technology. We are not going to make products with competitiveness. So if the product is competitive, then you are in the market, the world market, because it's globalized world. At the same time, we cannot forget about the environment, what we are having, earth has also to remind. So these two are very important components. One is technological excellence for product, technological excellence for better environment. If we can do these two, we have got a sustainable future. So technological innovations can affect the most fundamental changes in the ground rules of economic competitiveness and environment, resulting sustainable development of the society. So if you look at the India's development, are we moving? So what I am trying to convey to you is, India in over the last 40-50 years has made remarkable progress. You see that food, the green revolution, what you are saying, that when I said that 50 lakh people died out of poverty, today there is no death because of poverty. If at all poverty is not there, there is a different reason. The food production wise, we are 300 million tons of grains we are making. But we are storing in wrong places and do not distribute them properly. That is a different issue. But production is good. For now we have launched Green Revolution 2. Using space technology, we are going for precision farming. We want to increase the production to 500 million tons. By 2047, the 100th year of our independence, our production will be 500 million tons. We are today second in the world in rice and wheat production, but we want to become the first in rice and wheat production. That's our target. Look at the milk, which is very essential for nutrition. We are the largest producer of milk in the world. Then power, we are going for renewable power in a big way. We are now trying to make 200 gigawatt of power using the solar, nearly 100 gigawatt of power using the wind. So we launched a big mission for hydrogen mission, and also we are going for 12 more nuclear reactors. So these are all renewable energy categories, so that we are surplus with the power. That's our aim. Today we are not surplus with power, but we want to do it. And look at the computer. Supercomputer was denied to us earlier. Now we are making petaflop computer. And quantum computing, we are doing very well. Quantum mission is there with 6,000 crore by the government. And IIT Bombay, they are doing quantum sensing. There is a big program going on. Quantum materials by IIT Delhi, quantum communication by IIT Madras, and quantum computing by IIC, University of Science. So that program is on, and we want to master the quantum technology. In communication, we are now going for 5G communication throughout, and it is going to be in the fiber optic with the photonics. We are working on that. So with that, we are going in a big way. IIT Madras is the leader, and we have made the processor, Shakti processor. We have made. So you have to see, no? You have to see? No problem. So Shakti processor, but I am not able to show this. Here is good, there is good. So Shakti processor has come out now. We are thinking of production now. And pharma we are doing very well. Our pharma is the one which is being throughout the world. Our Indian pharma is used. So we are revenue wise we are fourth in the world, but our pharma is the preferred one and the cheaper one also. missile technology, then LCA, we are going for AMCA, Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, this is a big program, and nuclear submarine Arihant, and number of nuclear submarines are being made now. So then the hypersonic missile is coming up now, the cruise missile. The space program, you have done very well, you know the details. Now we are going for a new launch vehicle. Because we want to reach moon in 4 days. So big launch vehicles are going to come. And also we are going for a hypersonic plane. Hyper is called hyperplane. And 2047 we want to establish our industry on the moon to harvest some of the very important resources. So this is the program, and then battery and e-mobility, then AI coming up in a big way, all these things. So today India, though we were much behind compared to other countries, we are trying to take a lead in our own system. For example, 6G will be totally ours. We are not going to depend on anybody. Like that, we are now having a plan to do everything in India. So infrastructure, if you see infrastructure, there's a big push is being given to the infrastructure. Because without the basic infrastructure, you cannot develop. So $1.9 trillion worth of infrastructure is going to come in the next 3 years.
India has all the highest numbers of under construction mega projects in the world, spending over $1.9 trillion just on its infrastructure between 2018 to on the way 2025.
So this economy-wise, if you see, India is the 4th country today in the economy. We are crossed 4 trillion, overtaking the Japan, and very close to Germany. In another 2 years, we are going to overtake Germany also. So India is going to be number 3, and USA, China, and India. But in 2047, the situation is going to be different. China will be number 1, and for 2, there is going to be competition between USA and India. Well, the OEA is saying that is, our growth rate, if you see our growth rate here, GDP growth rate, we are 6.2 to 6.8, we are going up. Whereas the USA is less than 2, 1.8 now. So USA's economy is crashing now. Whatever the Trump is trying to make the economy better, he is only doing the negative thing. So finally USA is going to collapse. So the China, who are leading us nearly 10%, now it is 4%. That is why I am saying that India has got a bigger chance of moving in the economically status up. So we will be very close to US economy in 2047.
India, the world's fastest growing major economy, expected to be the world's 3rd largest economy by 2027.
I think it's a very, reduce the sound. So if you look at it, the main thing is the building blocks. How do you make the economy bigger with your technology? So what we got, Industry 4.0, we got many technologies came, like robotics, like big data, augmented reality, 3D printing, cyber security, then simulation, integration, IoT, all these things helped us. Now we are trying to see how do you bring it sustainability into that. So generative AI, sustainability and human-centric with 6G is our focus now. So Industry 5.0, the whole focus is sustainability, human-centric it should be. So if you look at the robotic systems, which are going to be very, very important, and the robotics will take over the industries, all planning of the process, all those things will be controlled by robotics in very soon. And robotic soldiers, humanoids, robotic surgery, and then the robot is doing the surgery, no doctor there. So that type of thing will come, and it's remotely through the space you can do it, or a person who is there in Chennai, you can do the operation from Bombay. Then agriculture, space is coming up in a big way. This is our the girl, robotic girl, who is going to fly first go to space under the Gaganyaan program. And similarly in the AI, now generative AI has come, so all the applications is going to come. So there are a lot of variations have come now in the AI also is going to take shape. So I am trying to highlight the point, the society. When you think of society and the industrial revolution, when you are industry 5.0, what is going to happen in the society? From industry society we became information society. Now it is going to be super smart society. So you are going to have the AI getting controlled in many operations. Then you have got IoT, all things are linked, and you have the robotic systems are in place. So you are going to have a super smart society in another 5 years. This is what is going to happen. This is a societal revolution which is going to happen. So all these revolutions in India, if you want to support, you have to think of what happened to India. You look at the past, we had very good visionaries. The first visionary I will say that is Baba, who thought India should become nuclear. You know why he wanted nuclear? Is not only to generate power. If you think of the dynamics of the whole world, what's happening, the 5 countries who have got permanent veto power in Security Council, they can do anything they want. If anybody appears, they will put veto and finish it. So these 5 countries are mad countries. Now, Trump is doing what he wants, Putin is doing what he wants. These are the countries which China, UK, and the UK is a bandwagon of USA, and then you have the France. So these 5 countries, if they have to dominate, then that's a problem. So there should be some balance should come. The countries like India, where the population is more, where the democracy is being followed, so we should have a say. So he thought we should become a nuclear. So now his vision started, and we have done the nuclear test. We have done proved that we are a nuclear weapon state. But at the same time, the policy is no first use. Do not use against non-nuclear countries. So these are a very strong willpower it shows. We have to give all the credit to Vajpayee, who is so a statesman, who thought that India should go for test as well as we should have a strong policy. So these 2 people supported him, Abdul Kalam and Dr. Sivathanu. And then we looked at the policy of the nuclear policy which was brought by Baba. He stated 3 things. One is he used uranium, but we don't have much stock. So we should go switch over to thorium. Why thorium? 25% of the world thorium is in India. So we must go for that. The thorium should be converted into uranium and then used. So that prototype is already ready in Kalpakkam. So we are going for using the thorium. Then third thing he said is we should go for fusion energy. What we do today is the fission, and we are splitting the uranium. So that because of that the safety and other issues are coming. So why don't you go for it? So we started establishing a lab in Ahmedabad called IPR, Institute of Plasma Research. They made a tokamak, but it is not that sound. So we have joined with other 7 countries in the world to make a 500 megawatt reactor based on the fusion energy. So this is being established in France, and we contribute 10% of the whole thing. Like USA is contributing 10%, Russia, China, South Korea, all these people are there in that. Europe is maximum they are doing it. And what you see the structure, big structure it was made by large than Kilo, a big structure. And most of our engineers are, nearly 600 engineers are working in France to assemble the whole system. So this is going to come next year, 2026 is going to become critical. So we will have the full technology by 2030, and 2035 we will be in a position to put our own plant. So why fusion energy is very much required for us is because of this material. Then helium-3. Helium-3 is unable for fusion energy with deuterium. And the helium is non-radioactive material. So the safety requirements are going to be much less. And the energy-wise also, the samples which have been brought by the Americans, they have been studied. The energy it is giving is 100 times better than uranium. So instead of working with uranium, the best thing is to use a material which is much better. But it is not available on the earth. It is available only on the moon. More than millions of tons of helium-3 is available on the moon. So why only on the moon? Because of the radiation. Sun is helium and hydrogen. So the radiation from the sun, in the absence of any atmosphere there, got deposited over the billions of years, 4 billion years deposited. So that is the one which is there. We are having an interest on that. So we are now thinking first we should land on the moon in 2040, and we should have our own factory to take the material, bring it here, and then go for the fusion energy. So this is why the fusion energy and space program they are in. So once you look at the space program, it was started in 1963 by Sarabhai. So he located the space program in a place called Tumba. No, Tumba, you must have heard it. Tumba is near Toronto. Why he selected of all places Tumba? Because the magnetic equator of the earth is passing through that place. So because of the equilibrium and the electrojet available, many countries came forward to test their own small rockets to understand the atmosphere. As a starting point, then immediately he planned the satellite communication, and then television sets he brought in. All these things he did to mobilize the application of the the space technology. So then he said that we want our own rockets, from our own soil we should put satellites. That's the vision he gave. He located Sriharikota as the launch base. So everything was done by him, but unfortunately he died early life, around 52 he died. So India will be second to none in using advanced technologies for solving problems of common man. That was the thing. That means space technology should solve our problems. So the major program, first program is the satellite launch vehicle to get the indigenous capability. So this we said that Kalam was the project chief, and we are all working with him. I was also there the team as a core team member, and we did the first launch in 1979 as per the schedule, 10th August 1979. That launch was not successful. So then Dhawan was the chairman at that time. So Abdul Kalam immediately gave a letter to him, my launch failed, I am responsible. So then Dhawan said, okay, you do the analysis with your team. Then he called the press and he talked to the press without exposing Abdul Kalam. So he took full responsibility for the failure and addressed the press conference. Then in 1980, 18th July, we did the launch. It was a very successful launch. Put the satellite in the orbit. That day, Dhawan said, Kalam, press is waiting for you. Go and have this thing. No? So he put the credit he gave to him. When there was a problem, the leader has to accept the problem. And when there is a success, we should give the credit to the leader. So this is the reason for success of ISRO. Why ISRO is a good organization? The only reason is sustainability. How he introduced sustainability? By nobility. So that all started by him. So then now say we have self-reliance in space technology. We have mastered the launch vehicle, satellites, and we are now in a very one of the 4 countries in the world to master the space technology. So in the 3 orbits, if you see the 3 orbits, we have the PSLV for putting the satellite in the polar orbit. This is the polar orbit, and the GSLV for putting the satellite in the geostationary orbit. I'll show you the same GSLV what I will show you. Now sound is much less.
All stations stand by the timer. Mark at 1 minute and counting.
Minus 1 minute.
As soon as they are initially got a crossing the lines, it will be like that.
Minus 50 seconds.
Seconds over.
Minus 45 seconds. Minus 40 seconds.
Minus 40 seconds.
Minus 35 seconds. Minus 30 seconds.
Real-time programs activated.
Minus 30 seconds.
Minus 25 seconds. Minus 20 seconds.
Minus 20.
15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, plus 1,
Plus 200
plus
ignited.
3,
Make a lift
plus
off.
4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 8 of normal, plus 10
Just heard the announcement. Lift off normal.
before nothing, plus 15 seconds,
15 seconds. Plus 9.
plus 20 seconds, plus 15 performance normal, plus 25 seconds.
What you are seeing is the two Brahmos. They are solid propellants Brahmos. Each converted tons of propellant,
Plus 35
generating more than
seconds.
100 tons plus. And one they push the
40 seconds. Plus 9.
whole thing up to the high thrust level. Then there is a liquid booster
Plus 20 seconds,
that burns afterwards after the separation.
first aid performance normal, plus 55 seconds,
Then the next is the welding exchange.
Make it normal.
That goes for a long time and then there is a satellite deployed. So, the satellite
75. Vehicle at 18.7 kilometers.
first aid performance normal,
So he is still in the first stage. So it will take a lot of time to see the velocity build up as well as the altitude, how it is going. All these things are there. You can see that maybe in the YouTube you can see it in there. Now the satellite, once it's put in the polar orbit, because it's moving the pole to pole and the earth is moving west to east, it is able to cover all the parts of the earth. Satellite is mapping. So we have got one of the best cameras we have, 0.6 meter resolution, and these cameras have got very good pictures of all the border areas and other countries. It has given a lot of details. Apart from that, we are using this data for agriculture purpose, forest cover, water bodies identification, then land use, weather, climate conditions, and disaster support, fishing, all these applications are there. So one of the recent success is the NISAR satellite. It was launched on 30th July. This is the NASA ISRO synthetic aperture radar. Camera is one, now it is synthetic aperture radar. The idea is all weather conditions you should get a map. That's why we have to go for SAR. And this is the costliest satellite ever launched in the world. This is 4,000 crore satellite and a heavy satellite, cost 800 kilogram. It was launched by ISRO. So satellite, many parts of the satellite were made by NASA and some parts by ISRO. So now all the details being available about the mapping and agriculture. So the young people thought that they should have a startup only for precision agriculture. So they got a land from Andhra Pradesh, put a ground station there. This is a ground station. They put it in the field. They are getting the satellite data to analyze the soil conditions, seed selection, and the crop management they do. They are using drones for the spraying, and then all satellite, drones, AI, all techniques they are using, and they are able to come with a very good idea about the top management. And the whole thing in pieces is being converted like this. And they want to do the whole farming using a mobile phone, no person. No? That is the idea. That's what they are going to do. So this is robotics in precision agriculture. All the jobs which are being done by people in our robots. Similarly, communication is another important thing by those stationary satellites. So television, this one, and telemedicine, super specialty hospitals are connected to robotic, rural hospitals, tele-education, then telesurgery is going to come. A doctor from here can operate the patient in another place. So that is going to come. Then village resource centers established by ISRO. That's a very good thing for educating the people who have not gone to school. Then you have the weather data, cyclone warning, all these things are on the satellites. So now since we have acquired the full capability for launching, ISRO is now trying to launch other satellites. So 435 foreign satellites for 36 countries have been launched by ISRO. And there's a huge market for small satellites, $15 billion availability for small satellites. So ISRO thinks that the young people should come forward to establish the industry. Now ISRO has been opened up and there are many startups have come. And they have also made a small satellite launch vehicle called SSLV, which can put up to 500 kilograms of satellite in the orbit.
India has become the first country in the world to reach Mars in its first attempt and become the first country in the world to successfully land a spacecraft on South Pole of the Moon. And did you know that India has created an incredible record by successfully launching 104 satellites by a single rocket?
So these are the startups which have come. More than 210 startups only for space. More than 400 startups have come on the space and defense together. 2,000 crore investment has been already made for space startups. And then Agricool and Skyroot, they have done their launches, they are going to be a big way, a lot of investment. Agricool has amazed nearly 400 crore investment for their making their launch vehicle. Then 3D printing with the semi-gravity, that's what they use. Then you have small satellite, number of them are there, mostly in Bangalore. So you have got a totally a different situation today. 147,000 startups are there in India. Young people, after completing their studies, mostly big tech people, they have started this. So you should also think after that. While studying itself, you can form the company, can register a company with a group of people and start thinking about something, how you will become a big man in the industry. Then you think. So going abroad, think like that. So that our nation will be benefited. So there was a comparison which I saw today, China and India. Chinese people go to USA to come back to develop China. Indian people go to USA to develop USA. That's what it says today. Mostly IIT people. So you don't fall in the trap.
More than 50% of its population below the age of 25 years. And this young force is starting their business, due to which India has become the world's largest and fastest growing startup ecosystem.
So now we are on space program, starting in a big way, we have done. And Shukla has gone to ISS. We did a lot of experiments, he did. 7 experiments he did, and very good work he has done. So algae, seed spotting, and then human interaction with screens, all done in zero gravity, and very nice work this report has come. And so this is our plan today. This is a plan approved by the government. Chandrayaan we are going up to 7. The 4th one which is going to be there maybe next year end or subsequent year 27. That will be we'll be doing the docking experiment as well as we bring the samples, and we will continue. And finally, the human will land Telenor. You can see our own orbiting platform, and also landing on the moon is 2025. And this is a launch we will develop. 2047, our factory on the moon. So this is the program of space. In the defense, you see, Then also we need rocket technology, we need, we looked at the scenario. Earlier it was human-centric, then became platform-centric during World War I, II and during the Cold War. And now we are in the intelligent weapons. Space can become a theater for war, and deep sea can be theater for war now. So we need the education minds. So there's going to be electronic warfare, then hyper microwave, cyber warfare coming up. All these things are going to change the scenario in the network-centric warfare. So network-centric warfare means you will see the command, control, communication, computer, and with the intelligence, it should be linked, right? And the sensors and platforms and finally weapon to be delivered very precisely to the target. This is what we did in the Sindhu. We did that part. So if a nation has to be very good, it has to have self-reliance. The nation's ability to provide its own security and to conduct an independent foreign policy is dependent on the degree to which the nation is able to underpin self-reliance and defense and defense system. Today we are moving towards that. You can see the nation has changed now. So we are moving towards self-reliance. We don't want to depend on any other people. We should protect ourselves. So the man who thought that we should be of our own is Abdul Kalam. So he said strength respects strength. We have to be strong, nation has to be strong. But we are 30 years behind the developed countries. They impose the MTCR, Missile Technology Control Regime, MTCR. And we announced we are going to have our IGMDP, Integrated Air Missile Program. Immediately America and other countries planned MTCR. And Indians there, our friends there, they were not able to talk to us because they were all monitored. So that's how we had a big program of even Indians contributing for Indian program. Then technology is moving, change of requirements, war strategy changing. Our industry was very weak in '83 when we started, but still Abdul Kalam said we should make contemporary system at the time of deployments. So that means we need futuristic technologies, newer concepts for a quantum leap. That's what we did that. We identified for all our missiles, flying missiles, certain critical technologies, more than 200 technologies we identified, which are banned items. And all the technologies we organized. So one of the examples I want to tell you, that when this is a Prithvi missile. Prithvi means land-to-land approach. It is a short-range, surface-to-surface missile. So all the missiles, ballistic missiles, move in a parabolic trajectory. If you see the trajectory, what you see here is a parabolic. If you throw a javelin, throw you are seeing that goes up, then retraces apart. So this is a parabolic part. All missiles in the world, ballistic missiles, they go in the ballistic trajectory. This is a parabolic. So we thought we should not do that. Why we thought like that? We thought in '83, '84 itself, we thought future there may be interception by some other missiles. So the Americans never thought till '91. In the '91 war, they used the Patriot, which is a surface-to-air missile. They put that and there was a big failure on that. So we, around that time, we had already implemented this. So when you say it's a maneuverable trajectory, with this you see the azimuth. From Mumbai to Chennai you have to go, first you go to Kochi, like that you go, azimuth you change. So the satellite which is monitoring will not know where you are going. So this is called maneuverable trajectory. So think, you want to think differently. So this we have done first time in the world. For example, I am saying. That means our thinking power is very high. We should think differently. Then only we can become the leader. So that was this, I told you about this. Another example is the sensors. If you want to reach, that you need to reach and point accurately, it needs accurate sensors, position. So these sensors are called gyros and accelerometers. These sensors we are not having. So nobody will give you best sensors. So we were having some sensors produced by HCL. They are all inaccurate sensors. If you use that sensor, instead of 300 kilometers if you go, we have maximum accepted error is 300 meters, but it goes to 1 kilometer. So we cannot use that type of sensors. So what is the solution? 4 young people, just from the college they came, all BE only, B.Tech people. So they were given the job to make it accurate. So what they did, they calibrated these sensors, then design and error modeling, then introduce a software for correction, then put it in the loop hardware income simulation with the this simulator, then try to correct and done correction, updated the software. Finally we found the software for drift compensations made by him with certain improved guidance algorithm given by Jadavpur University. We found that we will be able to achieve that. Today we are achieving 10 meters accuracy, whereas 1 kilometer one is 10 meters. So this type of new things, that is injecting a software into a hardware to make it accurate, it is invented first time by our Indian. So this is one other examples I am giving. So this is about the Agni. So Agni, is a re-entry mission. Re-entry, when you say, this is the space shuttle. You see the space shuttle, this is the space shuttle. These are the 2 boosters which lift up the space shuttle up, and finally the space shuttle is delivered at the orbits and they do the experiments. So more than 16 days, Kalpana Chawla and the team, 7-member team, they were in the orbit, did all the experiments. When they were returning, they did not return to the Earth. At nearly 80 kilometers when they came down, the heat is so much, re-entry heat in the atmosphere, and they come in nearly 3000 degrees centigrade. So what happened was, when they launched like this, they have protected this tank. This is a tank, drag-made tank, protected with thermocol type of thing. So one of the pieces came down and hit the thermal protection at the back side of the space shuttle. It hit so small gold came. So camera showed that. Then they appointed a committee, NASA appointed a committee to study that. The committee said nothing will happen. Okay, they will be safe. But many people objected to that committee report also. Finally, it went to government. There also NASA said, we are responsible for that and nothing will happen. So what happened is the whole, when they returned, all space shuttle became pieces like this. Whole thing burned, this Columbia burned. All the 7 astronauts died. So now when we are going to send our own astronauts, this type of thing should not happen. So that's why we made the Agni. You can see the Agni re-entry. The black thing what you see is the re-entry. We didn't have any facilities, but we have made it. And we have made more than 60, 70 launches we have done. There is absolutely no failure at the end. So re-entry, it has to face that high temperature. That's why we named Agni. Agni Praveshing is good. That's why the missile is called Agni. So we have 5 different missiles. Agni 1 is a 700 kilometer range missile, single stage, meant for this friend. Complete country will be out to start launch this. So many of them are ready to go there. Then you have got north front trying there, So we have got Agni 5. 1.7 ton of nuclear weapons. That's also ready. So that is our strength. You don't want war. You don't want to use against them. But you should show your power, otherwise you are weak. So that is the thing what we are doing. So strength respects strength. So here also one big challenge which came, that the designing the re-entry, the shape. So we design number of shapes, but we don't know which shape will work. In the re-entry time, the shape changes, the abrasion is different, it will not go to the correct point of impact. So we have to do analysis. We didn't have any facility, non-availability of facilities. So what we have done, we have gone for CFD, computational fluid dynamics, identifying the grid points. Each configuration has got 100,000 grid points. Each grid point was taking 9 days for one iteration. So conventional computer, if you want to do the analysis with the best software, ANSYS software, it is taking 9 days. So then we thought we should have a computer, supercomputer. So Dr. Abdul went all the way to Washington to request for a supercomputer, play some of the computer, but he was doing only lunch, not computer. So he came back and he said, we are in trouble. That 10 fellows said, sir, we will make it. So 14 people were given the job of making a supercomputer. They made a computer Pace Plus in 2 years' time. That was 20 times faster than the IIT. So it was made there, and with the Indians of Science giving a new code to their lab, the whole iteration has become 5 days. So 9 days we made 5 days iteration because of the powerful parallel computing system as well as the rest of software. So now we have got MIRV, the multiple injection orbits we have got. So each one is guided. So if you identify some different cities, you can go to different cities. So we also developed a system for defending against nuclear disaster. So this Amir is crying, that chap is crying, half the world I will finish off, he said yesterday. So he cannot take up, we will finish him before that. So how to do it? We have got the systems ready in place. Apart from the S400, we have got our own system. You can intercept at 100 kilometers, and then we have got another system to 25 kilometers when it comes down, and we have got the laser now. So what laser happened as a third. So it's a 3-layer system. Will be able to attack it. So future war can be in space. So we should be prepared for that. So a satellite can become, enemy satellite can become a weapon for us. So we need a missile to finish off that satellite. That also we have developed and demonstrated in the IIT satellite. So now the aeronautic side, you have got the ANPA, which I told you is a very big program, and we should all participate in that. That's how drones are becoming a very big thing. Today, more than 200 industries, startup industries have come only on drones in India. And so we have developed a laser weapon. This is a 30 kilowatt laser. This was used in Sindhu. This laser was used and drones were finished. Now we are making 100 kilowatt system. This 30 kilowatt, we are making 100 kilowatt. So military satellites, we are aware of our military. We are also having military satellites. USA has got 123, Russia 74, China 68, India 13. These are our military satellites also we have. So you can see that how India is emerging now. So during this time, the war came, 91, Iraq war, and there was a time I was in Harvard. So I was instead of studying management, I studied the war sector and visited Reiki and other defense establishments and found what these fellows are doing. So one thing what I found is the Iraq, they laid out a very good defense system against bomb. If somebody comes to bomb, they can finish off the aircraft. So that was their thinking that they were all looking up. But what the Americans did, they launched Tomahawk, a cruise missile from Persian Gulf. See how far it is. Gulf. Quietly it came and finished off all that radars. Then they bombed. So then we thought that we also need cruise missile. So that was the starting point of the cruise missile. And so we requested Dr. A to get into cruise missile. So then we cooperated with the Russians. Russia is the only country who has developed a supersonic engine for cruise missile. No other country had at the time. No one should be doing that. So then we thought we will join with them. So this 91 war, 93 we have finalize the engine, and then you got an agreement. And that agreement also, you made it such a way that the DRO contributes only 50.5. 51 means government. 50.5 means private money. So government, two governments funded a private money. And I was made as the CEO, and the full powers given to one individual by the board also. 3 members from Russia, 3 members from India on the board. So the task is joint design, development, manufacturing and marketing. So that was the thing, and we started. Propulsion is from Russia, the control guidance and the software is from Russia. So any platform you can launch from ship platform or mobile or from silos or from submarines or from aircraft, and any type of trajectory you can take, any type of target on the land or sea you can take. Any place you can launch, stone or tropical or sea or any place you can launch. So the only operational supersonic, because besides in sea, land and air, the whole world is connected. And this is using the principle of liquid ramjet. This engine, the main critical thing is this engine, which is a liquid ramjet. So initially what we do, we give the boost with a solid booster, make it to about a Mach 2, and then open this nose, air passes inside, and combustion takes place in the place where the solid boost over there, and then it gives a velocity nearly 3 Mach 3. Initial vertical, go down, and then once it has become the ramjet engine, you can't identify it. The radar cannot track it. That's why in the war they were trying, all the Chinese, they were trying to locate our Brahmos, they could not locate it. They could not intercept us. So this is what we see. This is that sea, this one you can see. It is from one ship to another ship. So that is with the warhead. Within 4 minutes you can destroy a ship. This is without warhead. Because of the speed, it has burnt a big ship. That's a capability. So you can see Titanic here. So this is from sea to land. That is underwater. And this is land. That is air. This is what the war used from the air. From Sukhoi platform, the missile is dropped, giving the coordinates for the target. Then the remaining thing is done by the missile. Here it has to hit between the red points. Red points are that's all the camera points. So here there is no warhead. With warhead, that whole island will not be there. So we cannot do it. So this is a comparison with what USA has got. They have got 0.8, we are 2.8, 3 times faster, so 1/3 time can reach. Kinetic energy is half with V squared, so we are 9 times better. And same missile can be used for many purposes. The salvo firing every 3 seconds a missile can be launched. And subsonic missile can be intercepted, supersonic cannot be intercepted for the time now. So due to speed, strength, and electronic coordinations. So we are number 1 in the world. So what I am trying to tell you is, if you want to become number 1, it is in your hand only. Only you think we should become number 1. So the globally competitive product concept is can be leapfrog, mind to market, brand, speed, precision, power in the innovation. Creativity is novel daily concept, concept higher than the state-of-the-art technology. Leadership is thinking ahead, managing complexities, the issue countries involved, and then best practices, networking in the industries from the beginning. All these things we have done, and then finally we got a product which is liked by India as well as other countries. So now we are working on the hypersonic program. So India is the only country that has tested the scramjet for 1,000 seconds. Even Americans are not reached that. They are 200, we are 1,000. So these are some of the things about hypersonic. Now this is solar power satellite that you want to go for a solar power satellite so that you can get continuous power available or generated from the sun. So what I am trying to convey to you is we have reached a stage of genius systems. But what we want to reach is transhuman systems. How man can play a very important role in that. That is, a certain human being we want to convert as Krishna, who can operate from mind to the weapons. That type of system we are doing. So in the next 100 years for aerospace, you are all aerospace, so you should know what is going to happen for you. So you can go on a free journey to space, you can go, that you should attempt. Physically you should be fit, and then ultimately go to the new earth, approximately only 4 light years away, or TRAPPIST. There are 7 equivalent to Earth is available. Very good place. Or what are available? Beautiful place to go. But they are 40 light years away. That means first you have to go with the light speed. If you travel only in light speed, you can reach there. Then your weight, body, everything will remain the same. Your age also will remain the same. Then you can travel long. So that is what is being attempted, how to reach the speed of light. So India is emerging in the economic prosperity, I have told you. So we are doing very well. Next is energy security. We have got a big plan for energy security, including not only hydrogen energy, we have got big plans. Space dominance. Then we have got the military might. Industry accepting new technology. That industry 4.0. L&T and all, they have saved 25% by using AI in terms of production cycle. Then creativity and skill for the youth. Net zero carbon, we have to save our earth. We have got the advantage of civilization heritage, and we have got the aim to achieve self-reliance. So India, the future that is India, is not America. Okay? Understood? What I am referring to. The ignited mind is the most powerful resource on the earth, above the earth, and under the earth. So we get ignited always. That is possible in IIT Bombay. Like the flower blossoms, your mind should also blossom at IIT. You see India developed into the difference. Okay?
What kind of studies should students focus for joining upcoming difficulties ISRO and DRDOs are facing right now?
See, the aerospace missions today, the government has decided to spread, not ISRO, spread to industry. Today, 500 industries have been identified for space. So they are not going to do except the moon mission like that. Exotic mission only ISRO will do. But the regular launches, everything, satellite launches, making it, everything will be done by the industry. So there are also new innovative ideas are coming. ISRO has got certain way of doing the launch vehicle, but the LIT says that we will make it in a different way. So people are like that, that's what. Second thing is that advanced medium combat aircraft is going to be big challenge for us. So we are going to struggle, we are struggling for Indians now. So we are going to have a collaboration for Indian, and we have to make the Indian here. We have to realize the Indian. That itself is a big task for our people. It cannot be done by ADA or DDRE. It has to be done outside. If DDRE does, it will become like Kaveri, it will take time. So we don't want they have to do. We want to beat out from the governmental system. See that Brahmos, why it is successful? We are not government. We have put our own production facility. We are not to BDL or HAL or Bell. We have abandoned them. That's why we are successful. So we have to change India if you want to be successful. That is what is going to happen now. And because of the self-reliance thrust, there are a number of exports to increase. So we are having an opportunity for all of us to flourish in different industries. You form industry, that's what I am saying. You want guidance, I will give you how to form industry, but you must make your own industries and become big people for the years to come. That's what I want.
Sir, what are the technical challenges involved in for making India its own jet engine?
You don't get engine.
Because India
See, it's like this. If you ask me, a person like Abdul Kalam or Dhawan, they have focused on what has to be done and put the people and given them the challenge and then motivated them to do that. But that type of leader has not come for Indian in the aircraft industry. Why LCI took so much of time? You don't have that kind of people. So one criteria for success is leadership. Second criteria is, suppose you have done the design. The design should be evaluated properly. If you don't know, involve other countries, no problem. But make it workable system. Then if you make it workable and then if you are very sure, do all the simulations and then try to see whether it is workable. Then put all your effort on that, but don't do everything by yourself. Deploy. The critical technology which I told you, we have deployed the whole nation into that. That's why the technology came. All IITs, all institutions, we have gone there, told them you have to work on that. So finally, our people only created all the technologies. So that means you have to go out. Don't think that we are the powerful people, why should we go out? That type of mentality, that is a problem with the India. The DTRE has never used outside. They want to do everything by themselves. And when there is a problem, nobody talks about the problem. Problem is there, should be opened up. Then you will find solution. They did not do that. So that is because of the leadership, black law in the leadership.
So can we also set up industries for engine as separate? And is it possible for us, students like us, to set up a separate industry for engine?
Yes, it is possible. But when you start doing, you do it first a small engine, prove your capability, and there are so many VCs today who can fund it. Particularly this Mahendra, he has already announced, any student wants to do any space related startup, I will fund it, yes, he declared. So he has got money, so you will talk to him and get money for it. You join together, I am telling you seriously, I am telling you. You have to give a challenge to the government institutions by yourself. Like Agnikul. Agnikul is only IIT startup, IIT Madras. But you see that they are in a big way, they are there. So anything we want is possible. Unless why our problems are there in India? Two categories of people. One is called IAS, another one is called finance. There is an IAS category. They have no responsibility. But they are the leaders. They do everything, decisions they take. All wrong decisions they take and put us into problem. Then the finance, all financing, others are thieves. And they go to you are not directly experience that. But I tell you, this IIT, if they want to procure anything, they cannot do that. They will go through that, they are pushing that. Like that, they have cramped us, not to work. They want us to fail. So you have to come out. That's why I made a private company. I told the same reason to Narasimha Rao, who was the Prime Minister. I was talking myself and Kalam, we went and met him. He asked, what do you want? I said, two things you do. One is to make this company private company. Okay? Second thing, keep that project top secret. No CAG should read it. CAG is a big thing, auditor. No? He should not do it. He said, okay, we signed. Today CAG is not there for Brahmos. Government money spending, is it possible without any auditing? No. That's why it is successful. But you have to be honest. You do a lot of haggy, then you will be in trouble. But if you are honest, you can do any risky work.
Any difficulties if you can elaborate on Kaveri engine is facing if DTR is disclosed?
Democratization is really
And also for AMCA project also.
AMCA is coming up. Now, AMCA, the directive for AMCA is don't make EGL in charge. Then only it will be successful. The government also saying, Air Force is also saying, they have formed a committee. I am the chairman of the committee to decide on the industry network for AMCA. So I have decided in my mind who should be the maker of the AMCA. So that we will work on. We will make it. AMCA will do.
Excuse me, sir. Is there any plan on re-entry vehicle, like reusable rockets?
Yes.
So is it still on the plan?
See, this also, earlier we were thinking reusability means like space shuttle taking it by the parachute and dropping it on the ocean and collecting it. This type of thing we were doing for our, one of the projects in DRDO we were doing. So ISRO also thought that we should do like that. But now the whole thing has been done in a very professional way by Elon Musk. It is not India's idea, his idea. That is to take the booster and make it to land on the land perfectly. We use 10 times. No? So we gave a plan of reusability, like a plane you go, then the plane comes back. Like that reusability concept we had, the hyperplane. Reusability concept we gave. But he has achieved, we have not achieved. That's the difference now. Now ISRO is working on the same like what Elon Musk has done. China has done it now. China has copied Elon Musk. So we are copying what? Okay?
So for the recruitment of that, is it like, how do you recruit the engineers for accomplishing that thing? Reusable rockets, how?
No, that is the responsibility of ISRO. ISRO has got their one program now to talk to the recruit people to their university. You know, ISRO has got a university in Toronto. Heard about it? ISST. So ISRO Space Technology Center or university where they take 150 people per year and they train them. They have to go through regular syllabus. Then they recruit. Then one route. Then there is another route is advertisement.
Sir, to work on Kaveri and AMCA project, what will you suggest to students from IIT to join GTRE or ISRO or make a different industry and work on that? What would benefit that project more?
What will IIT will do for that, you are saying? And IITians will do?
What would
So
you
this question
recommend?
is,
Huh?
should they join GTRE or ADA or do they
No,
start some
don't
startup
join
or something?
You join to the place where the engine will be made. GTRE is only namesake. I am telling you, you will not allow GTRE to take the lead there. It will not come. It will make you suitable to sit. You should join to a private industry who is forward looking. In the space area, aerospace area, there are a number of companies, bigger companies are there. Many new companies are coming forward. So there is even a small company in Hyderabad called BEM. They have made the whole AMCA prototype level. But they are not the people who can be given responsibility of making the AMCA. They don't have, but they have made it. It's all the type of interest what you show is very important. So you have to look at the correct industry to go. But don't join the Tata consultancy or banking. Many of the IIT people are going to banking, they give more money to you. So money is not the main thing in the life. Please understand one thing from me. Don't go after money. It is not going to help you. Money is for living, not for amazing. Whoever amazed money, finally they go to jail. Don't get into that. Living is important. For living today, we are having a comfortable living with the salary what you get. So you should look for that. Your aim, see, 4 things you will see. Your aim should be high and it should be rewarding to you. Aim itself is very important. That's why Abdul Kalam said, small aim is a crime. Have a big aim for you. You should be remembered forever. If you go to bank, you will not be remembered. If you are going to Tata Consultancy, you will not be remembered. But if you do Amta, you will be remembered. Is it not? That's why I am saying mission is very important. So you should write down one page what I should be remembered for. Everybody is going to end their life. After ending their life, why Abdul Kalam they are remembering. Like that, you should be remembered. Second thing is knowledge. You should be top of your knowledge. Acquire knowledge. Whatever required for your aim, that knowledge you should have thorough. Third thing is you have to work very hard. Don't waste your time with WhatsApp. You spend your time very usefully and to make yourself more knowledgeable. Hard work means working for more time in a useful way. Hard work. And to realize systems, you have to put hard work, otherwise the systems won't come. We were all working 20 hours. I worked for 20 hours in last 50 years. So that is a type of spirit you should have. Then fourth thing is, when you go in life, there will be a lot of problems. Very reverse will come, the system will not work, somebody will not give money for the system, the house will have problem, sister is to be getting married, I want to take care of her. All problems will be there. You should become the captain of the problem. Problems will not run you. Then you will be successful. It is in your hand. Success is in your hand.
What possible avenue does a student have?
What possible
Avenues does a student have to gain experience in actual aerospace flight? How
You
should
go for internship. You want internship, I will arrange for it. Yeah, what type of internship you want to design? And then it should be industry or DRDO or ISRO. So tell where do you want to go, we can arrange. So that's it. 6 months we will post you there, then you will understand. They are asking 6 months to 1 year now. And so here, after suddenly, we will go over first year, second year, go over third year. We get out of this place. No? So IIT system provides internship. Isn't it, sir? We will arrange internship. So give us detail on why do you want to get it? Why do you want to get internship? You say. What is your interest?
my interest in propulsion?
Okay. Then you go to so propulsion unit you go. Do you want to do propulsion or solid? Solid.
Can you repeat? Repeat, please.
Aerospace development projects by using less polluting carbon to yes
Solid. You are asking, don't pollute the air.
yes sir
How to use green propellants?
yes
That's all smokeless propellant, green propellant, no carbon dioxide, these all yes. Because green fuels are coming out.
Sir, what are the challenges that ISRO is having now can be solved by students in today's generation? What are the challenges they are facing?
See, they have a particular program now, okay? Huh? ISRO has got major programs today. See, they want to study Venus. They want to go again to Mars. They want to, when they want to land on south pole of the moon, they don't know what is the magnetic conditions there. All these things are there. So from IIT, today morning we had a meeting on the quantum sensing. Quantum sensing, what is going on in IIT, I had a meeting with them. So how to use quantum sensing to completely identify the magnetic field of the moon. Maybe I am not attended, I want to do ourselves. So that's what I thought. So there are a lot of things can be done. So the students were involved during the discussion. So students can, like this, there are many challenges. It's a big list. But whether ISRO would like to give to you, I don't know. They are also having engineers, they have to take care of that.